The layout itself has been with the club for around about 23 years. Over that period, it's been worked on by quite a lot of other club members. Unfortunately, a lot of those are no longer with us. The layout itself is an EM gauge. It's based on the 1920s in the Great Northern area. And when you look at some of the details of the scenery itself, you can see it relates directly back to the 1920s. Hi, my name is Bill Sowerby. I'm the Vice Chairman and Exhibition Manager for Market Deeping Model Railway Club. It's got a fiddle yard at either end. It's got two controllers, one mainly for shunting and one for the main line. We tend to run a local line passenger as well. Plus we have local goods that goes through. The local goods we tend to move around in the yard. We can have two operators, and as I said, we need a person at either end in each of the fiddle yards. The layout was extended just a few weeks before the last exhibition. In fact, it was finished on the Thursday evening, and when we took it to the exhibition, the paint was still wet. I was one of the organisers for the exhibition in May this year when this layout was badly damaged. The damage occurred on the Friday evening and the layout was turned over. A lot of the station buildings were badly damaged. The factory buildings behind me there were damaged. All the telegraph poles were badly damaged. The track had been torn up in places and the wiring had been torn out. The crossing itself is a motorised crossing. The motors had been torn from the mountains, and unfortunately that type of motor you can no longer buy them. So we had to strip them back down, repair the brackets and reinstall them. The same with the gates. We couldn't get the gates to work properly. We had to sort of stabilise them and repair them that way, and they're now working perfectly. A lot of the diorama itself was badly torn away. There's a little end gauge which runs behind. That was on a shuttle basis. The wiring for that had all been torn out. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to get that part repaired as yet. We were fortunate. It was one event where we had not managed to get the rolling stock out. The rolling stock on this is, most of it's 3-link couplings, and it does take a time to set up. And that was a very, very fortunate situation where for once we had not got the rolling stock in place. Otherwise it would have been a complete disaster, because as you know, EM, you can't just go out and pick pieces up, especially period pieces from this era. It's running a lot smoother than it did, although we still have items still need attention. It's one of these layouts that you can work on. I think that the team itself has only been 4 or 5 of us actually working on this, although others have been involved in other parts of it. I've basically done all the joinery work. All the legs are badly damaged and the stands for the lighting. I've repaired those. Mick Quinn has done a lot of the repairs to the electrics and to the track. Mick Holman has done all the repairs to the scenery and the diorama itself. We need to fix the signals to get them to work automatically. And as I said, the end gauge, again, we need to get that to work as well. The lighting is a complete new rig that we've made using LEDs. We like to think it's daylight appearance onto the layout. The track had been damaged, and we have repaired the track, and it's looking so good you cannot see where the old meets the new hard leads. So it's The team that have worked on it have done an excellent job in blending it all back together to where it was originally. The layout itself, since the incident, it did have a few appearances booked, but unfortunately we couldn't make those. But since then, we've been inundated with requests. Keep a look in the BRM magazine and you will see the dates that we are going around.